So don't let him get away with nothing. He doesn't. If he apologizes, he don't mean it.
I'm cool with Cuban. Cuban Link is my man.
All right. What's new now?
What's new? Boo-boo? The earliest allegations that I could find date back to, 91, 92, where he supposedly drugged a girl and she doesn't remember what happened.
That's a similar story to what I heard from somebody that I know is not, I know she's not lying because she had no reason to lie. First, she told me she saw somebody doing something to him, and she walked in and she thought, he didn't, he never said nothing. He didn't even acknowledge her. So she's thinking she's under the radar. Next thing, she's hanging out in Miami, and, she comes back and says she don't know what happened, and she woke up, and so,
What did she say she saw?
someone giving him head. That's as far as I'll go, and then you could do the math.
Were they famous? Did she say they were famous?
Oh, no, they wasn't famous. They was an assistant working with her. Yeah. So.
One, I want y'all to know this. These stories are strictly for when I was young and I didn't know no better. But now that I'm a grown man, my whole life has changed, man. I'm a different kind of individual. But, yeah. One time, a couple of times, or even the dancers, like the dancers used to come do the tryouts. They be showing up to the tryout room and all of this. I'm like, yeah, I'm going there. So I'd be like, ooh, look at her. That's the one right there. So I go get the baddest ones, because plus all of the females naturally like me. I don't know what it was, but I knew they naturally liked me, and I felt it because I like me like that too, right? So
I met this girl one time that did a photo shoot for him. It's a nice young lady from Canada. And me and her ended up going on vacation together. And a few months later, and she told me something that she saw.
He'd be like, yo, the girls, it was one girl. Can I tell a long story? You want me the short story? All right, I'm going to give you the long story. So I seen this girl in the club that was a background dancer. She's in the Club Cheetah one night. And I went to the club and I seen her with Mario Winan hat on. So I said, where's Mario? She said, oh, he's not here. He stayed at home. I said, who you in here with? She was like, on by myself. I said, where you going? She said, I got to get on the flight in the morning and go back to Canada. I said, okay, well, where you going to stay tonight? She said, well, I don't have no place. I said, want to come back to my place? She said, yeah. So we went back to my place, and then we had a lot of fun. I'm talking about a lot of fun, a whole bunch of fun.
And she told me something that she saw go down at his house in the Hamptons. And then a few months later, she told me that she went hanging out with his bodyguard and his entourage, and somebody drugged her, and she doesn't know what happened. So none of this is alarming. And then she went back to Canada. So
we go on. She going on tour. We going on tour to Jamaica. She come to the tryout. Boom. So she like boom. She like at the end of the tryout, she like I said, where you staying at this time? She say, well, I'm here from Canada. I ain't got no place right now. I said, want to come back to my room? She said, yeah. So we had some more fun. So we get to the tour, and Puff come up to me. He said, hey, Mark, I want to ask you a question. He said, did you sleep with her? I was like, yeah, because I ain't want to lie, act like no, I didn't. I was like, yeah. He said, how did you do it? I said, I did it like a grown man. I did it like you're supposed to, right?
Was this in the 90s?
This was in the 2000s, maybe, maybe like around 2004, 2006, somewhere around there. He's been doing shit.
Yeah, Toronto, we come to your city, Atlanta.
And then right after that, the girl was off the tour. Never seen her again. Kicked her right on off the tour. Second time, I'm in the Bahamas, run across a girl. He like, Mark, where you get this girl from? I said, I got her from the club. He said, she kind of bad. He said, if you give your girl to me, I'll give you one of my girls. I said, Puff, I can't give you no girl. I said, but if I walk away and she like you, then that's what it is.
So I seen Cassie with Ron Leslie. Diddy used his power structure, took Cassie from Ron Leslie. Literally.
But I'll walk away and go to the store and leave her in the studio. I'll come back and she boot up with you and y'all together. I'm going to be like, hey, okay, I ain't going to have nothing to do with it. So.
And then a few months later, she told me that she went hanging out with like his bodyguard and his entourage, and somebody drugged her and she doesn't know what happened. So none of this is alarming. And then she went back to Canada.
I come back, the girl mad. She said, "Why you leave me here with this creep?" I said, "Where's Puff Daddy? Who else? I couldn't even leave you with someone better. I thought you would be happy." She was like, "No, I'm not happy. I don't like this dude." I said, "Damn, dude." He's looking at me. He was like, "Yo, get out of my face, because you know what I do to girls like this." I was like, "I don't know," but he was already ready to hit her. He was like, "I spit on her." So then she was like, "Well, I told him I ain't like him, but I got a twin sister." But I told him she won't like him either. That's when he really got mad.
But I will say this here. Do I feel like he's capable of the things that they said he did? Not 100%, but most of that shit. Most of that shit. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, I do feel that way.
And Diddy could promise a producer, if he's in a homosexual act, that he could give him a Grammy. What kind of power, who he doing, or what he know, that he could get that done? That's some kind of spooky shit, bruh. No disrespect. That's real spooky. If he could promise somebody. And good thing the kid didn't believe him, because if the kid would have believed him, he might have got his booty hole tore up. So my whole thing about it is, listen here, man. He has to have some real power, but he showed us his power. Remember at the BET Awards?
I'm gonna wrap this up, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up, but if I gotta pay for the commercials, hit me with the bill. I got it.
Whoever done that, bruh? Whoever stopped the people from going to commercial? Nobody ever did that but Diddy, bruh.
Speaking of Kim Porter, because you knew Kim Porter, is it true that Diddy broke her nose?
Bust her nose, man.
One time when I know Kim had defended herself, and I told people this, and now you see a picture on the internet going with Puff, right hand is in a bandage. That's the night I was called by Paul to meet him over at St. Luke's Hospital. But he almost hit an artery. I came close to the artery, or either scratched it or cut it a little bit, because he's addicted and hooked on pain medicines. That's what happened to him, and it was from his right wrist that he's reminded by Kim all the time now.
If I'm not mistaken, he made you give up your ownership in Bad Boy, right? And they had you in the room and they had bats and they made you give over your percentage?
All right, I would love to be able to answer that. Like I said, the evolution of the company started, like you and I sitting like we are right now. If, in a way, it's like you're there and I'm across from you. That's the way we started Bad Boy. I would come over to the Uptown office, my notebooks, write down everything I needed to do that day. Oh, let's get the LLC together. Oh, call Kenny, we need the employment agreement. Oh, let's do this. Oh, we got this session to do. Oh, mostly it was productions with the producers, because
How come I feel like somebody's watching me?